All right, food lovers, let me take you on the coolest trip through history you've ever tasted. Today, I'm diving deep into a question we've all pondered on a hot summer day. How did ancient civilizations make ice cream? Let's rewind all the way to the 1st century, when only the most elite could get their hands on a cold, sweet treat. In ancient Rome, Mughal India, and China's Tang dynasty, chili desserts weren't just a snack, they were a status symbol. If you were royalty, you'd send people to literally climb mountains for fresh snow and ice, just to bring home a frosty dessert. But the real magic happened in ancient Persia. Picture this: desert nights, clear skies. The Persians filled insulated pools with water, letting it freeze overnight in a process called sky cooling. No fridge, no problem. They harnessed the freezing power of the stars. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and Persia gives the world sharbat, an icy, fruity drink that's basically the ancestor of sorbet. Adventurous European travelers fell in love with sharbat and took those frosty ideas home. Soon you had Italians and French experimenting with flavors like chocolate, pine cone, and wait for it, even eggplant. But when did ice cream as we know it show up? In 1692, a chef in Naples named Antonio Latini wrote down the first milk-based ice cream recipe. That's right, ice cream's Italian roots run deep. Now let's cross the Atlantic. By the 1700s, ice cream had landed in North America, but it definitely wasn't for everyone. It was super expensive, and only the rich could afford it. George Washington, for example, spent what would be over $6,000 on ice cream in just one summer. Everything changed in the 1840s when Nancy Johnson invented the hand-cranked ice cream maker. Suddenly, homemade ice cream was doable and delicious for regular folks. Meanwhile, Frederick Tudor, the so-called Ice King, was shipping blocks of ice all over the world, making storage easier and ice cream more accessible. By the late 1800s, Italian immigrants sold licks of ice cream on city streets for a penny. And then came the soda fountain, Americans mixing ice cream with fizzy drinks, creating the ultimate sweet hangout spot. Here's a fun twist. When alcohol was banned in the 1920s, old saloons transformed into soda fountains, and breweries started making, you guessed it, ice cream. Thanks to home freezers and freezer trucks after World War II, ice cream became the everyday treat we know today. So next time you scoop up a bowl, remember, you're not just eating dessert. You're tasting centuries of sweet, chilly innovation. Stay cool, and see you in the next delicious adventure.